Good afternoon to you. Mark Suttoth, HurricaneTrack.com here with your Hurricane Outlook and discussion, the second one for today, July the 18th, 2017. Let's take a look at the latest track map for Tropical Storm Don. And you notice that the future track has been shrunk considerably because it is not expected to survive once it gets into the Southeast Caribbean. And we're going to go over some of the reasons why. If we look at the satellite picture, not very well organized this early afternoon. And that certainly spells good news for the folks here in the Windward Islands, for which this will be affecting. And as some of the areas this is already affecting, like Grenada here. And then we have Trinidad and Tobago here to the south. Barbados up here. I think Barbados is going to be out of this in the next few hours. The northern fringes are moving through now, and this is moving briskly off to the west-northwest or west and about 20 miles per hour. And that's moving pretty quick, so this will be in and out before the sun goes down across most of the Windward Islands. As far as effects, again, as I mentioned in the morning update, we can see here clearly that this is made up of several blobs of clouds instead of well-organized bands of clouds working in like this. We talked about that this morning. Well, this is still holding true that we don't see any well-defined bands, and so you sort of have these globular clusters of clouds, and certainly underneath them you can have some very heavy rain, brief gusty winds, possibly to tropical storm force. 45, 50 miles per hour wouldn't be unheard of. But the biggest risk from this will continue to be, as with all of these tropical systems out here, very heavy rain. So you folks down here in Trinidad and Tobago, some of the southern extent of the moisture could affect you, especially as this moves through later this afternoon into this evening, but it'll be quick. However, an inch or two of rain wouldn't be out of the question, and you know very well that can cause flooding. Farther to the north, St. Lucia, and then St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and then Grenada. Obviously, they're getting into some of this action here with convection blowing up out ahead of the main circulation center. But, this will be quick in and out, and then it'll fade away in the eastern Caribbean, probably open up into a tropical wave again. And another one of the telltale signs, you can see the eastern side over here. All of these clouds are just kind of low, dried out bands. They're not convectively active. And so what it's doing is just pulling in that Saharan air, which is a very dominant feature. It's a very suppressing type of agent in the atmosphere. And dry air entrainment into these systems can kill them faster than cooler water temperatures. We've seen these collapse epically over the years. Even strong hurricanes that ingest dry air can have a very quick collapse. So, at least there's some good news this afternoon, despite the fact that a tropical storm is headed your way. And we can see the dry air very easily on the Saharan air layer analysis here from the University of Wisconsin site. Very well entrained in the system down here. 96L out here, probably not going to amount to much. And so we have a very, very persistent and dominant Saharan air pattern. And again, it's just July 18th. It could be, and I'm not saying it will, but it could be even another month before things let up, because that's climatologically what we expect to see. It takes a while for the pressures out here across the Atlantic to lower. The subtropical ridge weakens a little bit, moves a little bit more to the north, and then it kind of lets up on the gas down here, if you will, for these strong easterly jets coming out of Africa, pumping this Saharan air into the Atlantic basin. That usually lets up after about August 15th to 20th. And in a season like this, where we have, despite the Saharan air, Don, TD4 just a few days ago, and then that other system that tried to develop, all of these systems have tried to go. Some of them have done so, Brett and now Don, in the face of these climatologically normal adverse conditions, because otherwise everything is very ready for development out here. The water temperatures are quite warm, above normal, and that's going to play in, I think, once we get into mid-August on through October. Another factor with Don this afternoon, somewhat strong upper-level winds right through here, right on the cusp of what would be considered, just favorable enough. and it's going to move into this band here of stronger southwesterly winds, and that will help to contribute to the weakening process of the storm. Moving into the Pacific, I wanted to show you this quickly so that we do not neglect our Pacific Congo line, or whatever you want to call it, of activity. We have Fernanda, and then this is soon going to be Hillary, and this is Greg, and this is a yet-to-be-determined system here. Pretty active setup with upward motion kind of focused over the eastern Pacific. We have seen that in the last several years, so, not much of a surprise. The good news, none of these are going to affect Mexico directly, so that's good there. And Fernanda, as it heads out towards Hawaii, at least in that general direction, will continue to weaken and is not going to be an issue there. And if we look at the satellite picture, you can see part of the reason why. Pretty stable air mass in place between Fernanda here, which is weakening, and Hawaii. Even if it were to go in a beeline, which it's not, it would not be an issue because it would drastically weaken from where it is now. This is soon to be upgraded to Tropical Storm Hillary. This one over here is Greg. And again, the Baja, all the way down to the resort areas of Pacific Mexico. No worries whatsoever from any of these systems. They're just fish storms and hurricanes, as we say. All right, well, that's it from me for today. Have a great rest of your Tuesday afternoon. Again, I'll keep tweeting satellite pictures mainly, just pointing out probably the obvious about how disorganized Tropical Storm Don remains, which, it's the way it is, and certainly good news for folks down there. But remember, seriously, those heavy rains, do not discount that, and folks in Trinidad and Tobago can certainly attest to that after Brett moved through. A couple of inches of rain in a short period of time can do a number, so take that seriously. I am Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com. Thanks as always for your time and attention, and I'll be back with another update late this evening.